What was the word for to eat?
吃饭
How did you say to eat apples?
吃苹果
And what was the word for to come back or to return here?
回来
Can you take a guess at how you would say return home?
回家回家
Notice the lai is dropped from return home, just as fan is dropped from to eat apples. It is the hui that means to return, and lai is added to indicate direction. But when a destination is specified, you don't need to clarify the direction, so there's no need to use lai. This is similar to how fan is added to 吃饭 and hua is added to 说话 when there are no clarifiers. However, you could still choose to use lai or chu if you wanted to be extra clear, and in such situations, you'd put them at the very end and say
回家去 or 回家来回家去 or 回家来
Now, what was the full word for country?
国家
Can you take a guess at how you would say return to your country? Hint, it's just 2 characters.
回国回国
This habit of dropping characters is very prevalent in Mandarin, and it can trip up foreign learners, so pay special attention to it. Ask, when are you returning home? Meaning to your country.
你什么时候回国 or 你什么时候要回国
But now, being specific, how would you ask, when are you returning to America?
你什么时候回美国
Now imagine you were in China. If you were to say,
我不想回来
this would mean, I don't want to come back to China again. If you wanted to express that you didn't want to go back to America, you would need to use the word for go instead of come. So, how might you say, I don't want to go back, meaning go home?
我不想回去
And what about, I don't want to return to the UK?
我不想回英国 or 我不想回英国去
And now, I don't want to come back to China.
我不想回中国 or 我不想回中国来
And remember, in both those examples, the chu or lai are optional as you're giving a destination. But if you use them, they need to come at the very end of the expression. And now, finally, how did you say, I don't want to return home?
我不想回家我不想回家
Do you remember how to ask, what's your name?
你叫什么名字
Listen to the word for to ask.
问问问
Fourth tone. Listen to how you would say, may I ask?
请问请问
How would you say, may I ask what your name is?
请问你叫什么名字请问你叫什么名字
Now, earlier I said Qing was not necessarily polite and usually entailed a command. This is an exception. It's perfectly fine to say Qing Wen to anyone. How would you say, May I ask, do you work at this company?
请问你在这家公司工作吗？请问你在这家公司工作吗？
How might you reply no to that?
没有，不是 or 不在。
How might you say, I used to work at this company, or previously I worked at this company?
我以前在这家公司工作。我以前在这家公司工作。
To say me too, you say I also am. Listen.
我也是。我也是。
Say, I called him the day before yesterday.
我前天给他打电话了。
Say, I called him the day before yesterday, but he can't speak English.
我前天给他打电话了，但是他不会说英语。or 我前天给他打电话了，但他不会说英文。
How would you ask, how many people can speak English?
几个人会说英语？几个人会说英语？
How might you ask, how many companies? Remember to use the right counter word.
几家公司？几家公司？
And how do you think you would ask, how many days?
几天？几天？
How did you say, may I ask?
请问，
Imagine you're in a supermarket. How might you say, may I ask where the wine is?
请问葡萄酒在哪儿？请问葡萄酒在哪儿？
How might the person reply, I don't know, I don't work here.
我不知道，我不在这里工作。or 我不是在这里工作的。我不知道，我不在这里工作。or 我不是在这里工作的。
By the way, if you said, 我没有在这里工作, that would be grammatically correct, but it would sound a little weird, rather like you're being accused of working there and are emphatically denying it. Say, oh, sorry.
哦，对不起。哦，对不起。
And do you still remember the word for thank you?
谢谢 or 谢谢你。
How did you say these?
这些
Say these people.
这些人
Now say these TVs.
这些电视
How would you say, I have 2 hours?
我有2个小时。我有2小时。
You can also say, I have 2 hours of time. Try it.
我有2个小时的时间。我有2个小时的时间。
Say, I would like to ask you.
我想问你。 我想问你。
Listen to the word for question.
问题，问题，问题，问题。
Those characters mean ask and topic, fourth and second tone. How would you say, I would like to ask you a question?
我想问你一个问题。我想问你一个问题。
Say, I have a question.
我有个问题。
Now, 问题 can mean both question and problem in Mandarin. So how would you say, I have a problem?
我有个问题。
And how did you say, no worries?
没关系。
How might you say, no problem?
没问题。没问题。
Say, this is a big problem.
这是个很大的问题。这是个很大的问题。
How did you ask, what is this?
这个是什么？
How would you ask, what is your problem? Or what is your question?
你的问题是什么？你的问题是什么？
Say, I want to buy an Apple computer, but I have no money.
我想买苹果电脑，但是我没有钱。Or， 我想买苹果电脑，但是我没钱。
Once again, you wouldn't use yao there, because yao is synonymous with will, and as you have no money, you'd need to say would like. How would you say, my younger brother doesn't want to give me any money because he doesn't like me?
我弟弟不要给我钱，因为他不喜欢我。
Here, if you used yao, you would imply he's not giving you any because he doesn't want to, and if you used xiang, it would imply he doesn't want to, but perhaps still has to. Say, this is a problem.
这是个问题。这是个问题。
Listen to how you would say, I would like to invite you.
我想请你。我想请你。
I said earlier that while qing is translated as please, it's frequently closer to a command or invitation. So saying 我请你 is like saying I invite you to. Say, I would like to invite you to come to my house.
我想请你来我家。
Say, I would like to invite you to come to my house for dinner. To say for dinner, you just say to eat dinner.
我想请你来我家吃晚饭。我想请你来我家吃晚饭。
Say, I would like to invite you for a meal.
我想请你吃饭。我想请你吃饭。
Now, when using qing in this way, you're inviting someone, so it's implied that you're paying. It's different from just asking someone if they want to go for dinner. How would you say, I would like to ask you?
我想问你。
Ask, do you want to go to dinner together this evening?
你今晚要一起吃晚饭吗？你今晚要一起吃晚饭吗？
Imagine you're in a library. How would the librarian say, "Please don't speak"?
请不要说话。请不要说话。
Ask, "Will you come back tomorrow?"
你明天要回来吗？你明天要回来吗？
And what were the words for younger sister and older sister?
妹妹，姐姐。
Say, "No problem."
没问题。没问题。
What was the word for brain?
脑子。
Listen to the following phrase and guess what it means.
你脑子有问题。你脑子有问题。
That literally means your brain has a problem. As you might have guessed, it's another insult. It's generally used when someone does something daft. And do you still remember how to say, "I'm hungry"?
我好饿 or 我很饿。我好饿 or 我很饿。
The word for still or yet is
还。
that second tone. How might you say still not?
还没。
Say, "He's still not come."
他还没来。
Now, English makes a distinction between still not and not yet. For example, "He's still not come" and "He's not come yet." But Chinese does not, and both are expressed with 还没. So, 他还没来 can be both accusatory, in the sense of "he's still not here," or just informational, in the sense of "he hasn't arrived yet." Say, "I haven't eaten yet."
我还没吃 or 我还没吃饭。
Again, in English, if we said, "He's still not eaten," that would sound like an accusation, whereas "he's not eaten yet" would just be a piece of information. But remember, in Chinese, both are expressed in the same manner, with 还, so you need to rely on the context and tone to determine what is being expressed. Say, "I still would like to go."
我还想去。我还想去。
What about, "I still don't know your friend"?
我还不认识你的朋友。我还不认识你的朋友。
The full word for to complete is
完成。完成。完成。完成。
both second tone. Those characters mean to finish and to become or to turn into. Now, just as in English, you can't say simply, "I've completed," without saying what you've completed. Essentially, you need to provide a noun alongside it. Give an instruction to someone, "Complete your work."
完成你的工作。 完成你的工作。
And now say, he will complete it tomorrow.
他明天会完成。他明天会完成。
How might you say, I've still not completed my work?
我还没完成我的工作。Or 我还没完成工作。
Notice there's no le there. You tend not to use le with things that aren't completed, and the hai on its own provides sufficient context. How would you say, no problem, I'll give you a call tomorrow?
没问题，我明天给你打电话。没问题，我明天给你打电话。
Ask, will you complete it tomorrow?
你明天会完成吗？
Say, do you need to complete it tomorrow?
你明天需要完成吗？你明天需要完成吗？
As a reminder, the word 需要 can only be used as a question or with yourself. So we can use it to ask, do you need to finish it tomorrow? But not tell someone they need to finish it by tomorrow. Do you remember how to ask, how do I do it?
我怎么做？我怎么做？
Say, I still don't know how to do it.
我还不知道怎么做。我还不知道怎么做。
Try and say, I still don't know how to do it, but I'd really like to know because I need to complete it tomorrow.
我还不知道怎么做，但是我很想知道，因为我明天需要完成。我还不知道怎么做，但是我很想知道，因为明天我需要完成。
Do you remember how to say outside?
外面、
And what about language?
语言、